my microphone is off, and that's something I think is that what I most heard in all the pandemic. It's your microphone is off. I can hear you. It's everything okay, because right now we are talking all over the world. And well, good evening, good night, good morning. I don't know what time is it in your place, but we're gonna start to talk about Game Jam Plus, this awesome event. I'm really happy to be here with you, with awesome guys from different places around the world. We're talking with Bolivia, USA, Namibia, and Portugal today, and also Brazil. And today our talk, we're going to be about developing ecosystems and all different places around the world making games, and the peculiarities around these places, and how this event called Game Jam Plus can help to foster the development and communities in different places in different ways. And that's what we're going to talk today. So to start our conversation, let's begin with presentations. And I need to know, who are you, and why you decided to assume this responsibility to organize a Game Jam Plus event in your town. Starting with Josh. Josh is from Salt Lake City, USA. So who are you? Why you decided to make this?
Hi, everyone. I'm Josh Jones. Online, you can find me at Vaser222. I'm a game developer. I've been doing game development for a long time, and I was in college for programming for computer science, and through some experiences there, I learned that you really can do any kind of job that you can convince people to pay you to do, right? So right then and there, I decided I wanted to do game development. And through that kind of career, I made a video game for my senior project, and that helped me connect to get into the game industry. And as I worked in the game industry, I met people and felt like there was something more that I wanted to do outside of just my cubicle at work. And so I learned about game jams, and every time I went to a game jam, I learned more, and it was awesome. So I wanted there to always be a game jam event in my city, and so I've been organizing them.
Awesome. And Antonio, who are you?
Hello, my name is António. I'm from Portugal. I have 51 years old, but always felt like 25, as I always said. I'm a computer science teacher. I teach to code, and I have the first official game design school in Portugal. I started to organize this game jam to help our young people to come to the game industry, because it's a nice industry, is where the future is going to be, because we have many professions that normally don't see in the technology that we can assemble in gaming. And now I am to start a little ecosystem here in my city, and I met many people since I'm here with you. The city hall here, the president of the city hall gave me all the support that for me to can reach this goal, and for me it's an honor to be here with you and to learn. I like to teach, but I learn every day, and I try. From now, I will try to be in all the jams that I can be until I die. So until my 200 years.
Awesome. And I think 200 years would be awesome to be here with us, organizing events and helping the Portugal scene. And now, Miguel, if you can introduce yourself and say about why you decided to make this.
Hey, I'm Miguel Velasco from La Paz, Bolivia. I'm a game artist, game designer. So I'm doing games since 2012, I think, and I really love make games, and I want to translate that love to other people. So when I had the opportunity of host this jam, was a really nice opportunity, I think, because here in Bolivia we need this kind of events.
Awesome. And at least and not least important, Tutaleni, please introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you? And why you decided to assume this responsibility?
Hey guys, my name is Tutaleni Ilonga. I'm a game developer from Namibia, an upcoming comic book artist, and upcoming film director. So the reason why I kind of like decided to go into gaming in the first place was because it was such a rare field in my country. No one is doing it, so I decided to like do it. And I never really like studied through school or anything. I just studied through YouTube tutorials and working with other people along the way. So as far as Game Jam goes, last year was like, I think the first time Namibia got involved in it, and I was like the main organizer, and it was just a marvelous experience to be part of this, you know. And the reason why I think that that ecosystem is important, especially in Namibia and in our country, it's that it pretty much it I would like to say it inspires people to be part of the to pursue a career in this, you know, especially people who want to like pursue a career but there are no other avenues around to pursue it. So if we have all the stuff in the background and everything, then it works. So yeah, I'm just excited to be here, and I'm excited to like to showcase what we can do this year and to be part of this wonderful thing.
So perfect. And I will take advantage of your answer to make a second question, and that's for everyone, but I want to start with Tuta. So tell us about your local scene. There are professionals, companies in here, students, game design graduation, and what's the importance in your place in a community that is emerging, there is not a lot of game designer in here, the importance of community collaboration and mutual collaboration for develop the ecosystem.
Okay, can you just repeat the last phrase a bit?
The idea, the importance of mutual collaboration to develop the ecosystem in this context of emerging scene that there is not a lot of people doing games and making games. What's the importance of the community itself to these people? Okay,
so to answer the best question as possible as I can, is that well, the most important thing for getting community involved, actually, there are currently no football activities going on. So the football is like dead, you know? So a lot of the kids, they don't really like, they don't know what fields to get into and what not to get into. So if we come up with this game jam stuff, organizing a platform where you create a game in 48 hours, that gets them very intrigued and very excited to be part of this, because they will want to be and want to create, even if they don't know from the start, they're willing to give it a go. Obviously, those that do coding have an idea or two how the things work. And that's why it's important for us to like push this here, because if we push it well and we advertise it well, we can get the community very involved to be part of this. Just because it's a rare scene, and it's not, like I said, it's not available in the country. And a lot of the parents would be willing to support their kids to like get into this, because there's just a small amount of them that are in it. Like, it's very exciting. I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, I'm willing to re-answer.
Yes, I think that's a good way to answer the question, because you were talking about create a place to make people wanting to create games and see that it's possible to create games, because that's one thing that I think it's awesome in Game Jam Plus is we create a place with all different backgrounds, more experienced ones, more some those that never make games before in the same place, with mentorship, with help of more, with a lot of different perspective persons that are artists, programmers. So it's very cool to have a place and going on in your country, because we need more African games. You know, I think we need more African games, because we have a lot of European games, we have a lot of North American games, we have a lot of Japanese games, but we need more games made by people all around the world, not only players but also game designers. So it's awesome, your perspective. And but now I want to see the opposite perspective. Josh, you are in the place where the industry births. So when the industry begins is in US, of course, not in Salt Lake City, and that's that I want to explore. Tell me about the local scene in Salt Lake City in comparison, of course, with the most important clusters in the industry in US. It's interesting because we often talk about countries as something uniform. So you talk about US, you are talking about San Francisco. No, Salt Lake City, it's very different scene than San Francisco. That's very different scene from New York. So tell us more about your local scene. What is the community here? There is professional companies. How many companies are there? There is graduation of game design, a lot of students. Tell us about your scene in Salt Lake City.
All right. Oh, that's a lot. But so there is a little bit of innovations that came from Salt Lake City. When you research the history of game design and game development, you'll learn a little bit, like some of the things especially for 3D games came out of the University of Utah and some of the other schools here. But Salt Lake City is there's a lot of similarities to San Francisco in terms of we have a big push on tech, and tech companies are important. The governments here support the tech industry, but there is more. I would say that there is more education. We have a lot more focus on our universities here, and a lot higher quality turnout. We send students from Utah all over the world. So and then the other thing I would say is that we're a bit more family focused in Salt Lake City, due to some of the religious influences. People here just tend to focus on making a better work-life balance than what you might see in Silicon Valley. But otherwise, there's a lot of similarities. As far as local studios, we have some that you may have heard of in the past, like Avalanche and Sapphire, which made StarCraft Brood Wars, the expansion. Disney Interactive, Eat, Sleep, Play, and a newer one, The Void, which does VR.
And the indie game dev scene, there was a lot of independent developers, or it's more focused to bigger companies or larger studios?
I think we have a very healthy indie scene here. It's probably pretty well balanced. Like maybe not as many as you would see in Boston or in Texas, but there's the indie group is well connected here. The organizer of it has regular meetings and keeps in touch. We a lot of the studios know each other. And often, since we all went to university together, they can stay in touch in that way. And we have a lot of 3D, middleware studios here, like Daz 3D and Glyphix, that just work on tools to make 3D games. So a lot of connections there.
And in the context of Salt Lake City, what is the importance of the community collaboration for develop the ecosystem? There is constant meetings and events that are taking place, or the community is not so close. What is the context of this collaboration, and how you help each other and make network and exchange knowledge and this kind of stuff?
I think it's very important, and it's pretty well recognized here that any of the employees would say, they support the meetings happening. Of course, like anywhere else, there's a lot of game developers that would, they prefer to, they're very introverted and want to stay home often, but I think that these kind of collaboration events allows team building skills to develop. It allows new teams to form, friendships to form in the industry, which can be healthy, and allows new companies to be started. So
awesome. So let's pass the word to António. António, you are talking from Figueira da Foz. It's not a big city compared even to the standards of Portugal. We have Lisbon, we have Porto, we have another cities big. How many inhabitants are in Figueira da Foz?
66,000 only.
So it's not a big city, but even though it's a very interesting community, there is a game design course in here, a lot of students. There is people from all over Portugal. Portugal is very easy to travel to another cities, not far from Lisbon or even from Porto. You can take a bus or something like that and go to it's pretty
1 hour and a half.
So tell me the local scene of this small city in Portugal. How do you connect this community with all the country and all the places? There is events going on in Figueira da Foz. There is only students, or also there is some companies, professional companies in here, or the companies, for example, are from Lisbon, and then they after the student graduate, they go to Lisbon or Porto. What is the ecosystem in Figueira da Foz? Is only students, or there is more than that?
No, actually, it's only students. But I will give you a picture that has only 2.5 years, and it's a survey. It's an official survey from a university that told us that we have only in Portugal about 1,004 employees in this industry. So it's a little bit concerning that in the all context of the world that we have so many people working in the game design. That's why I founded my game school, and I'm trying to connect now to the universities. We have 4 major universities, and unfortunately many how can I say this? Sorry, not many people are getting the degree in game design schools because they think it's too difficult. In Saturday, when one teacher of one of the most important university in Portugal tell us that we need more children and more kids in game designing, in coding, but it's one of the difficult courses that in the second year most of all leave because they think that they can make all the games is possible in Unity and in Unreal, but when they get into the chair and put the fingers on the keyboard, the whole world seems very difficult, and they have to need maths, they have to need physics. But about the ecosystems here, I'm trying to that glue, and I'm trying to reach some companies in Guarda, Covilhã, Lisbon, or Porto, and some studios that we can make not one local ecosystem, but several ecosystems at the same time, and we can work together in this industry. And like Joss said, we can learn, we can teach, we make friends, we can companies. And I think this year we will have the first company in game production in Portugal, for real, with many people. That's how I came here to Game Jam, to get some new fresh air, to make some networking, to can reach to you, and we can share all our knowledge and help each other to give to the new generation the hope of getting to this wonderful industry and meet so wonderful people like you.
Awesome. I have been in Portugal last year for a couple months, and I meet a lot of game developers, and it's a very awesome scene. The people are very open to to get around, and I make a lot of friends that I talk often, and I join a lot of groups of developers in Portugal. So it's a very good and interesting scene, and I hope to see a lot of them in Figueira da Foz and another places in Portugal that will be happening in GameJam+. So you can
yes, it's here in Figueira, it's in Porto with Hugo, it's in Lisbon
Yes.
with Rodrigo. So we are trying now, we are working together as one, as a block, to have a new completely voice, a renewal voice, and to go higher and higher with this expectation to make Portugal one of the new players in the future, I hope. It's
And
good for everybody.
And I really hope that Portugal achieve this goal. So let's pass the word to Miguel. Saludos, Miguel. Let's talk about Bolivia. So, well, tell us more about the local scene in Bolivia as a country, but also in your city, where you're based on?
In La Paz.
In La Paz?
Yeah. Seat of government. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So tell us more about La Paz scene, or also the Bolivia game development ecosystem and the context in here.
Okay, so here in Bolivia, we have not an industry yet. So there's a little scene where people are getting to make games for its own, but there are some companies that are making games, but the way they are surviving are they are making advert gaming. So and other companies from other areas are making these decisions where they need they need games to get to more people. So these companies are selling, but I think this is a little trend and a little gimmick that is going on, not really appreciating the importances of the games and how you can use games to learn things, to sell things, to promote things, and well, this is one aspect of the local scene. Another thing is we don't have academic studies for doing games. The most of the people are becoming game developers from software engineering or me in my case, I'm graphic designer. So the people that are sweeping to make games are becoming from other not specific areas. So it's a slow process we have here, and well, me and the association, Bolivian Games Association of Developers, we are trying to boost this little scene to become more professional developers, and this is a big opportunity, the GameJam Plus, because the GameJam Plus bring us the marketing in the scene, right? So when you have people making games from engineering, software engineering, from graphic design, from these different areas than game development, you don't have the the base for marketing, to make a great pitch, and this really important stuff to sell your game to other people. So the GameJam Plus making focus on this is really, really, really nice for us, because this is something we lack in here.
That's awesome, and you help me to drive into the next question. Well, you're telling the importance of GameJam Plus to create this spark to foster the development of a game industry in Bolivia, in La Paz, even though without game design courses. Tutaleni talk something around it also. The importance of GameJam Plus as these first steps to create a scene, to helping people to understand not only how to make a game, but also to connect this game into a professional and commercial ecosystem. So what I think is one of the most interesting things in GameJam Plus is the idea on not only evaluate the best game, but the best product as a game. So the idea to the next step, what game is possible in the market. So Antonio said there is a lot of people that start to make game design courses thinking they're gonna make the next GTA or the next Call of Duty, and of course it's impossible with the reality of a student and also indie game developer is very different, and we have this different context and economical context also. So the budget to make a game in Bolivia or in Namibia or in Portugal or in Brazil or even in an independent studio in US is very, very different from a budget for a larger studio. So I want to ask, in the context of GameJam Plus, it's 48 hours of development. We have mentorship. We have a different context of people trying to work on games. What's the most important thing that you think GameJam Plus can teach for those who are participating on the event? So what the most catchy knowledge is that this kind of event can pass to the participants? You can start, Miguel. So.
Yeah, it's something I was telling you. Is the marketing stuff, the pitch, because in our case, most of the people that joins the GameJam Plus, they already know how to put things together and make a game, maybe a small one, but they know that, and more artists are joining the team, so they have an idea of how to make games together. But when the hour of selling the game reach and they need to show the game they made to other people, is where you really see how they struggled with this. Is they need to know how to tell things, to how to sell the important stuff about their game. And I think the GameJam Plus is the key in that aspect, right? Because when you need to make the prototype, and okay, that you make in the global game jam, for example, but when you need to make a pitch and to sell that game and to talk with a judge, is where you really learn another skill that you need to make games, right? Because there's not only the technique part, you need to sell the game. That's really important.
Awesome. What's your thoughts about that, Antonio?
I agree with Miguel. I'm thinking how the way I approach to my students, and first of all, I teach them the soft skills, not the hard skills, because the soft skills can make a professional more complete. The pitch, how to structure your idea, how to look to the whole picture, but you have to apply a big filter to what you can say to a producer, to a marketing guy. You must be very objective in the ideas, And if you want to sell something, you have to sell yourself first. Then the word, the Portuguese, the English, we are not only a technician. We are guys that we tell a story. All the characters have a story, where they are born, why are they here, in what year, and whatever. So we are dealing with imagination, innovation. We have to break up dogmas, and we have to become children again. That's why I have 51 and I am already in 25 or less, because I work with young people. My age is going up, but my focus group is getting down. So I make them more inventives, and they have to break all the process. So they can see that making a game is not only to code and to use Unity or Unreal. It has many ways of doing that, and so the impact is very, very high, because we can give a global teach to our students, and they can learn not only to be a good technician, but a good human being. And they have also an important thing, that is the networking. The networking is very important in our industry. We have we are not competing with each other. We are learning with each other. And unfortunately, in my career, I have encountered many people that see me, for example, as a competitor, and that's not right, because we can learn with each other, and we can give each other things for our future together. That's why I'm doing this job from 2 years for now, and the game jam for my city and my country, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor.
It's awesome. You talking about the importance of collaboration. We can
Yes.
see each other, another game designers, and other programmers, or other people who are doing games as a competitors, because we have these very great market. So if you are selling your games, if you are doing your stuff, you're gonna definitely don't making my game sell less than if you, it's a game that there is space for everyone if we collaborate. So
Yes.
this competition is a very dumb way to see our ecosystem developing. So that's awesome what you say about the importance of collaboration, and how competition is something that doesn't work for our industry. So collaborate, exchange knowledge is very, very important. Tutaleni, in this context, and passing the same question that I made for Miguel and Antonio, what kind of knowledge you want to learn and see, what kind of information and growth you want to see in your community with Game Jam Plus? What do you expect from Game Jam Plus in that perspective?
What I would expect is just for the participants, whoever they are, to just network and get to know each other. Because if the networking can start among the people, let's say a graphics illustrator with a coder and a storyteller and all that, that's how studios basically are built, because they'll work together and then they'll go further. And in the same sense, since the unemployment rate is so high, these guys can they can reach out to students who are unemployed, let's say maybe a business developer or a lawyer, and then they can or someone who did marketing, and then they can come together, form a team, and then each one will have the department which they handle. Like coders will do coders, they'll do their coding work. Illustrators will illustrate in the game, create assets and all that. And then the business developers and marketers, the business developer can maybe try and find investors, and then the guys who do market can market the game. that's what I would like to what I would like to see happen out of this. It's just people networking and then taking this further, and then slowly but surely it will grow, and we might have our own studio here.
That's awesome. The importance of network and make people know each other, and also what you said about there is a place for everyone. Every background, every knowledge is important for game industry. We have people from marketing, from law school, from business that is very, very important for our industry, but also artists, illustrators, game designers, and another branch you have software developers, coders. So there is a place for everyone, and a place like a game jam is a very rich place to create this collaboration and make people know each other, to create teams, to create games. And one thing it's very common is I am a illustrator. I want to make a game, but I don't know any coder to make a game with me, or I don't know any business developer. So Game Jam Plus is a very cool place to people meet each other and create these teams and create this collaboration. So Josh, to pass the question to you, and in your context, there is, of course, there is another game jams going on in Salt Lake City. There is another events in game industry. But what do you think is unique in the concept of Game Jam Plus? What kind of things you think you can learn in Game Jam Plus different than another game jams or another kind of events in the industry?
Well, so Game Jam Plus has a focus on the pitch demo, right? Where in the middle of the jam, we're going to actually hear about the game from the team, which is a great step, and that's something that's unique to this one that will help them realize, oh, at the end of this, we need to show this, and it helps put the polishing the game and keeping the scope in scope. To a reasonable thing, to a reasonable size, and I think it's a chance for people to work on production skills. I think that in general, game jams are one of the best places for this, because you normally only get an entire game project usually takes 6 months, 2 years, and as a producer trying to gain experience, that's a long time for you to see how your ideas and your chosen methodology plays out. But in a Game Jam event, you can try it out, and with Game Jam Plus, the goal is to go all the way with it. If you make it through the regionals and to the World Championships, then it will pretty much be ready for a successful marketable and commercial release. So of course also the sales and marketing skills that we talked about, and I think that like other game jams, Game Jam Plus allows us to try new ideas. I'm a big fan of experimental gameplay, so I like trying out new ideas and seeing, when we hear the theme, what is the craziest new kind of interactive experience that I can develop for people to try, and maybe it will take off. We've seen previous Game Jam event winners release their games, and even if you're not a winner, if your product is really polished and it has a market, it's not going to be buried by a bunch of existing games, then there's no reason why it can't be a commercial success. So. And then we talked about soft skills, team building, and of course hard skills, actually practicing and learning by actually trying to do it. Lots of people learn best by trying to do it. So
that's great, and I want to explore more. One thing that I think is awesome in Game Jam Plus, well, there is a lot of people volunteering working on this event and this collaboration. So any of you is being receiving any salary or any payment to do this. There is a lot of mentors. giving their time and knowledge to helping people. Why do you think an event like GameJam Plus can engage these people to give in their time and their effort to help each other, to create a place to collaboration, to create a place of knowledge? Why a lot of people are willing to voluntarily give in their effort on an event like that?
Giver's gain. I don't know if you know the term, giver's gain. You give and you hope nothing back. So ahead, life will bring you good stuff and will help you. That's why I love networking. That's why I am a volunteer, because as I said, I'm here to learn from each of you, because we have different experiences, we have different lines of time. Each of us know many people, so we can reach each other in the future. Who knows? Not in a game jam, but in a major work, and then we will find each other again, and we will help us with no money or nothing involved, because we are volunteers. We give and hope nothing is coming. Only for being here, only for learn, to teach what we learn, and so on. That's my mindset all the time.
Awesome. Someone want to add something on this?
Sure. I think that there's interest because especially for a global game jam, a game jam that takes place in all of the world, there's an interest from these volunteers to be involved in a larger community, to reach out and connect, share and learn about each other's cultures, and it allows people to, for those that are more extroverted, allows people to meet people, allows them to work together on projects that will bring them more satisfaction. And I think that helps with slowing burnout, where people can get too tired just working on other people's ideas and working on the same commercial product for a long time, maybe under crunch kind of a crunch situation. If you volunteer, then it gives you a chance to slow that burnout and to experience, through helping these new jammers and through making the events happen, participating, to rejuvenate the creative energies and help refresh you on what made you passionate about getting into the game industry in the first place.
Tutaleni, you have an idea why a lot of people around the world are putting their efforts voluntarily on GameJam Plus or an event like that?
Well, you can look at it two ways. The first way you can look at it is that some people are participating to network with a larger audience, to network with people from different countries and work with them on a project, which might count in their at this game jam I created this game, or at that game jam I created that game. So that's why some people maybe participate into it. While some people have how can you call it? They have confidence that this will pay off in the future. Some people have confidence that, okay, so this is the start, so there isn't money coming in, but maybe 2 years from now or a year from now, this will pay off. Because in some instances, in where I'm from, this will definitely pay off in who knows, maybe a year or two or a few months, because people will come back and say, this is where it started from. It started with this, and now it's here. So it's, as far as finances go, I think initially it will come in the future. Patience is required, but then there also has to be, you have to work a way around the system, so that's what I would advise it. So yeah, so definitely that's what I can add to that.
And what do you think, Miguel, about this effort and this volunteerism around the GameJam Plus?
Oh well, we usually love games from being little kids, right? So I think when you have this opportunity to engage other people to doing games, to make games, is really that love that you grow as a kid, to share that passion to make games with other people. So I think the development, the game development scene is this more something you love and you want to share with other people because it's a passion really, and the people when you teach more people, when you bring more people to the community. Uh, I think it's a dream to us like Bolivian to see a game made in Bolivia, making a really nice time in the world, and I think that's another reason that to volunteer to this event, because it's really nice. It is really good to engage to other people to make games, and that that people can see that games are not that complex things that you really need to have a lot of years making. This game jam is for the people to see that making games are really possible, and to reach an event as important as the big festival is huge for these people. Yeah.
That's awesome. So our time is running out. It's a very great conversation. I learned a lot of things with you, and I'm very excited to see your placings going on in GameJam Plus this year. So just some little things, and it's very connected with our last question about volunteerism, about collaboration. Well, GameJam Plus is not a huge event with a lot of money for a bigger corporation. It's an event that born with some crazy guys in Brazil that decided to create this place. And we have now a dozen of countries all over the world having this event. And if you are here in your home and want to collaborate to this event happens, we have now this opportunity to participate in this mission. We have a crowdfunding. It's catarse.me/GameJam Plus. The link will be in the live chat and in the description of the video, of course. But you can help and donate to make this event even better and make more people around the world be able to participate in an event like that. This campaign is starting today, so you can start and donate today. You can donate. We are looking for some. It's not a lot. So you are looking at the screen right now. Our campaign. It's not a big. We're not asking a lot of money. We just want you to collaborate to make this event happen. And also, if you are interested in the possibility to make this event in your town in the next year, we also can contact the people in GameJam Plus. It'd be a pleasure to have more cities, more places, more people around this community and this network place called GameJam Plus. And also, Bitun, we have in half hour from now, 1:30 p.m. in Brazilian time, how associations are working to foster gaming ecosystems in our YouTube channel. So stay tuned, because it would be a very cool event and talk also. And well, it was a very great conversation here. Thanks, Antonio. Thanks, Miguel. Thanks, Tutaleni. Thanks, Josh. I would take some minutes to final thoughts of each one of you, any message that you want to deliver for our audience and something like that. Starting with you, Josh. You want to deliver any message?
No, this has been a pleasure. Great to meet you all. I want to connect with all of you on the social networks, and let's go make some games.
Awesome. Antonio?
Same thing here in Portugal. If you are listening to me in this meeting, come to contact me or Rodrigo in Lisbon or Hugo in Oporto, that we are certainly help you to be a good game designer, or will help you to make a game or something that you like. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Great. Miguel?
Thanks for having me here, and invite the people to participate in this event and take the opportunity, because it's a huge opportunity to learn from people with more experience. So thank you for this event.
Awesome. And finally, Tutaleni, your final words.
I just want to thank you guys, Ian, and all of you for providing this opportunity to give this platform where we just share our knowledge and stuff about the things. As far as the Game Jam goes, we hope again the numbers will increase and improve, and we'll have a large audience and a few number of games created.
And if you are watching us, you also can be our +1 taking part of this event. There is a lot of places all over the world, as you've seen right now. See what is the closest place to your home to taking part of this event. Go to GameJam+.com. We have all the places that is going on the event in there. And tomorrow, this warm-up event will continue with the importance of Game Jam Plus for local ecosystems, with another places and Huda will be hosting this mediation tomorrow. And I'll be back in Tuesday to continue talking with you with a lot another organizers, and all over to Thursday. So we're going to talk with a lot of people and think about the importance of events like Game Jam Plus to help the community. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Tutaleni. Thank you, Josh. It was a very cool conversation. Stay tuned. We have more content to you all over the week. So see you then.